Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Resin. I think I might have lost you during my first initial little bit here, but what I've done is I mixed up 5 ounces of resin, and then I've got 3 cups with just a little bit of resin in each one, probably about somewhere between a half an ounce and an ounce. And I am going to be doing our last hand mold today with the peace sign. So I'm going to take some of this Resin Snow White pigment paste and about that much there on the end of a craft stick. And I'm going to mix it in pretty well. I want it to be an opaque white. I don't want it translucent. This is hopefully going to give us our tie-dye effect for today. And yeah, we're going to be mixing some colors into it. So I don't want it to be see-through at all because I don't want the colors just to run in together. It's going to need just a little bit more pigment paste here. It's not quite opaque enough, so I'm going to add just a little bit more. Also, I want to remind everybody that this kind of a thing needs to be done in several layers. This mold is actually pretty deep, and I know my resin really well. I know the room temperature. I'm aware of all the different things that go along with your curing resin. So just remember, really read your paperwork that comes with your resin. Make sure you're pouring not too deep because you can prevent a flash cure by really being careful with that. Okay, I'm going to take 3 different craft sticks here because we're going to have 3 different colors, and I'm going to be careful here in the beginning not to blend those colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some blue pigment here that is just regular blue pigment. Okay, about 3 drops or so. And I'm also going to be using cherry red. This is just pigment that I got from Amazon. Okay, and then I'm going to also do a purple because when I tried doing this with like a yellow or a green, of course, when they did combine a bit, I got brown, and I don't want that to happen. So this time I'm going to use a bit of purple, and these colors should all kind of blend together a lot better. So this is actually a lavender, and it's actually a really nice purple, purpley purple. So I'm going to stir these up really good, get them blended really well with the resin, and then we'll see if they're dark enough. This might need a bit more blue. I need it to try to hold its color. Excuse me. I need it to try to hold its color when it blends in with the white. So I'm going to just double check with my red and my purple as well, and probably end up adding a bit more to the red and more to the purple so that I can just really make these colors pop a bit. Okay, I'm going to give them all a little quick spray of alcohol here to get rid of any bubbles that we have going on. And I'm going to start by just kind of pouring each color down the side here. I'm going to try to keep them separate while I go. They're going to end up mixing together a bit anyway. But for this part, since I'm trying to do a tie-dye effect, yeah, I just kind of feel like I need to kind of be able to blend them the way I want them blended. I don't want them just running in together. So you can see here, they're pretty much staying separate, which is good. That's what I want. Now I can just kind of gently mix them in or kind of poke them down a little bit too so that I don't have just all white at the bottom. So we're going to pour just kind of slowly down here. I've got those two fingers, the peace sign fingers down here. So I'm going to try to just kind of pour gently down the side here so they kind of just slide down into both fingers. You can see that the colors are still pretty well separated here. Um, and it's going to kind of divide them up between those two fingers as it goes down. Okay, so I don't know if you can really see too well in here or not on the sides. There it is. You see a lot of white. But now I need to mix up more resin. That's my full 8 ounces in there, pretty much, except for what's in the bottom of the blue and the red. But I'm going to set this on the curing rack in front of the fan since it's kind of a deep pour, and I'll be back when I get the other resin made up. Okay, the resin's all made up, and now I'm pretty much just going to be repeating the same process. I've got my 8 ounces of resin. I'm going to go ahead and just mix up more of my Snow White Resin pigment paste, and kind of do the same technique with my blue and red and purple. I'm just going to add a bit more resin here, and then I'll add a bit more pigment, and then we'll just kind of repeat this same process. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up here a bit, top this off with the leftover clear resin that I've got, and then I am going to get this over to the curing rack in front of my cooling fan, because now I have 16 ounces of resin in this mold. I would really not recommend this to anyone, especially if you're first starting out. Make sure you're pouring in small layers, let it cure, at least partially, before you add your next layer. Okay. um yeah, just be really careful and safe and smart about your projects like this. Anyway, I'm going to let it cure, and then I'll be back when it's all done and we'll be able to demold it. I'm so excited. Hello everybody. Okay, I am back to demold our last hand. It's our last little hand and our peace sign. I'm excited to get this out of here. Hopefully we can get it out okay. I wasn't able to do a rainbow color because, yeah, I tried a little bit of something like that and it did not work out very well. It's really hard to do tie-dye, I found, in something this deep. But we're going to see how this turned out. And then we're going to put them together and see which one we like the best. Okay. This one might be a little hard to get out of here. I might have to use both hands to get it off. Let's see here. Phew, there we go. Okay, I'm going to dry this off real quick. And let's see really quick. Just right side out. Showed you how easy these are really to just kind of fold them upside down, peel them backwards to unmold them, and they just go back together really easily. All right, you guys, are you ready? Here it comes. The last one. Ta-da! Oh, look at, what do you think? Okay, so it's not quite rainbow color because I did a little experiment trying to do rainbow color and it did not work. But this worked. This kind of worked, right? And I decided, how we just did the whole thing all the same, with the same thing, just one solid piece. So, yeah, what do you think? What do you think about the kind of the tie-dye marbly look? It was really hard to try to get this to look right, but you can see the blue. Now, some of our blue and red, I see, kind of went together and made some purple here, kind of a purpley bright pink. But yeah, I think it kind of worked. It doesn't look too bad, really. Okay, let me get the other ones together and we will figure out which one that everybody likes the best. Yeah, this was actually a really fun experiment. Really, really fun. Okay, I'll get the other two and I'll be back here in just a second. Okay, everybody. So, what do you think? Here are the three all together, okay? Here is our first hand. We did the thumbs up with the gold and the black base. And then we did the translucent blue with a white base. Turned out pretty good too. And then here's our last one, the peace sign that's got kind of a tie-dye effect. And this one turned out really good too. They were all super fun to make. What do you think? Gosh, there they all are. Finally all done. And yeah, let me know which one you like the best. Let me know in the comments, and then whichever one everybody likes the best, I'm going to make two more in the opposite hands so that I will have them for my house. But yeah, they're super fun. Maybe maybe we can do a giveaway with one of these, and I can send one of them to one of my viewers. Let me know what you think about that idea. Okay, if anybody's interested, I would be more than happy to send one of these out, and I will think about how we'll, could do some kind of a drawing or something. Okay. Anyway, thanks so much, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This was really fun to do, and I hope you had fun doing this. They do kind of take a little bit of resin. Just don't forget, if you try this yourself, to pour in layers unless you're experienced resin artist and you know your resin really well. Just be really careful. Be safe always. Okay? All right. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you.